Pillar to post and coast to coast, this is The Law.
Live audio wrestling.
Hello there, wrestling fans. Dan Lavransky here for Live Audio Wrestling and the Fight Network. And with me right now, the big guy, ladies and gentlemen, just fresh off a match with Moose here at the Destiny Wrestling Show. How'd it go out there with Moose tonight, Ryback?
I tell you what, he's an incredible athlete, and a guy that size to do the things that he does, it pushes me to want to even get better and to do more. And I just actually bought a tumbler pad to learn backflips. It looks like the big guy has to start practicing his moonsaults a little bit.
It is amazing how quickly he's developed into a fairly substantial talent. Like, he knows what he's doing out there.
You look at the WWE used to sign football players years ago, and not a lot of them worked out. But the ones that have in the past, guys like The Rock and Bill Goldberg, were incredible athletes. All of them are, but it takes a special person. I was talking to him earlier, and I said, you know, should grow up playing football, and he said he didn't start till his high school years. He loved wrestling though, and he didn't like football. So I think that's why he's been successful this early, is he has a love and a passion for it. And anybody that makes it to the elite level has that. He just happens to be a very incredible specimen.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, you certainly have a love and a passion for this business as well. You've been involved for quite a while now, but now you're out on your own. You're working on the indie scene and stuff like that. So tell us about some of the stuff that Ryback's been up to for the past few months.
So, I took my brand and I went home, and it has been an incredible journey thus far. I've been working on a motivational book that is out now on Amazon, Wake Up, It's Feeding Time, by the big guy, Ryback Reeves. And for me, it was a chance. A lot of wrestlers, leave WWE or wherever they're at, and they write their autobiography and on their career. I wanted to write a book that the things that I've learned, all the audiobooks that I've listened to over the years, driving on my own and listening and learning, and my experiences, I wanted to be able to help people. For me, that's very, very gratifying. So that was my first step in the journey. And the second step was coming out with my own podcast conversation with the big guy, with my best friend and manager, Pat Buck, that's on iTunes. And we're growing by the thousands every week, and we're getting an incredible audience and fan base. And we don't just talk about wrestling, we talk about life. And we try to be just more than a wrestling podcast. And the numbers are showing that people like what we're talking about. And the final thing that I've had the time to do is start Feed Me More Nutrition, which is available on feedmemore.com. I'm in local stores in Las Vegas, allpumpyouup.com online. And I'm growing. I'm getting more and more stores every week, and I'm hoping to be here in Popeyes here in Canada. Actually, we got some things working out on that, and it's an incredible feeling to be able to have control and have not being told no on doing things that you love, because you're allowed to love more than wrestling in life, and I give this my all. And every week I wrestle every 1 or 2 times a week, and I let my body have a little time to rest during the week and do some other things, do some Muay Thai, some jiu-jitsu and boxing and things like that, and not just always wrestling. So I've really enjoyed the experience.
Now, I want to ask about the name too, Ryback. How important was it for you, because you actually changed your name to Ryback, how important was it to you to do that to increase the brand?
Well, I created that name years ago before I was ever in WWE. And I didn't go to WWE and ask them to sign over the WWE brand to me. I created Feed Me More. I created the big guy. I created Ryback. That is who I am. I created that when I was alone in a dark place, and I created that identity, and that saved my life. So for another person, another company to try to tell me that that's theirs, I'm not going to stand for it, and I will fight to the death over it. And I went and I legally changed my name, and I am proud to call myself Ryback Reeves now.
Right on. Now, can we talk a little bit about your health? Because I know it's a more relaxed schedule now. WWE schedule is pretty intense. You're on the road almost the entire week. It must be really nice to have those breaks and let the body heal.
The human body is not meant to wrestle 5 days a week. 2 days a week is more than enough, and you got to have time in life. I'm 35 now, and I'd like to have a family and get some other things in my life in order, and I will always love wrestling. But I think a lot of people too look at it like, when you go there, guys left all the time in the past, and they went back at different points. And not that I even want to go back, or that's not even crossed my mind right now. I have so many goals in life, so much more meaningful than just wrestling for WWE. And the ultimate freedom for me, it was the best day of my life when I walked away, because I took over full control that day, and I have enjoyed the process ever since.
Have you been approached by any of the other companies like TNA? I'm just curious. New Japan. If you yourself might want to stick with the Indies, but have any of these guys approached you?
Yeah, my manager Pat Buck. All the different promotions have been in contact with him, but you got to understand, what I walked out on, and it's not about that for me. And a lot of people get caught up in signing a contract, and fans hear, ooh, contract. It's nothing special. You know what I mean? I would rather, when you sign a contract, you're giving control of another human being of your brand. And I don't like that, because I know who and what I am, and I like what I represent. And I spread a positive message, and I want to be able to help people on a deeper level. And I don't want another human being to tell me that I got to go be a bully, or I got to do this, or I got to go out and represent myself like that, because a lot of people believe the movie is real, whether we want them to believe that or not. And a lot of things can be very detrimental to your character past wrestling, and I wish more guys were concerned over it. But I enjoy having control, and not to say that I'll never sign a contract with everybody, but you got to understand I have the ultimate freedom right now. I'm making money in very different revenues. I have revenues coming in from multiple things, and it's an incredible feeling. And I get to wrestle on my own schedule and spend more time with the fans, which these meet and greets, I never had this much one-on-one time. And essentially what I am doing is rebuilding my brand. You know, I was at a certain level in WWE. I was a main eventer for a while, and I was different roles there, whether I liked it or not. I always did my job to the best of my ability. But now I enjoy helping people and showing them who the real Ryback is.
That's nice. And is it? I mean, it's obvious for you that it's not about how big the crowd is or how big the venue is and that stuff. Because even here tonight at the Destiny Wrestling Show, these fans were popping for you huge. They wanted to see Ryback.
And that's something I've said from every interview I've ever done, that I give, whether it's a TV, a live event, a pay-per-view, or an independent show, I give the fans that pay their money to come and watch me and watch the wrestlers in the event. I treat it like WrestleMania every time. What you see me do today, there's no difference. I give it my all, and you cannot treat any show any different, and that is why I've been successful in so many things in my life, is I give it my full attention and my best effort.
Well, that's obvious, man. He's standing here, he's dripping sweat, ladies and gentlemen. He obviously gave his all tonight in his match with Moose. It was excellent. I was so impressed how you guys managed to grab the crowd and keep them with you almost the entire match.
No, like I said, he's an incredible athlete, and he's only 32 years old. So he has a bright future in the world of wrestling, and I look forward to getting back in the ring with him again sometime.
Right. Just one other quick question. This is strictly from me. I mean, you said you're doing stuff like Muay Thai and that. You're a big guy. You're an athletic guy. Did you ever think about MMA, or was that not really on the radar for Ryback?
You got to understand that when you approach life, and then there was a book that I read, it's called The One Thing, where you got to give your attention to one thing in life to truly become a master at it. And wrestling has been the one thing I've spent the majority of my time at. At 35 years old, I enjoy training. I enjoy that lifestyle. But I have a Feed Me More nutrition. I have a book I'm doing. I have all these other goals that take up a lot of time. For me to just drop the stuff that I left wrestling for, just because some people want to see me fight, I got to do what's best for me and my best interest. And that doesn't stop me from training and doing it. It doesn't make me any less of a man. But you got to understand, the whole reason most people fight to begin with is to have enough security not to fight anymore. I'm secure right now. I don't need to go do that to make other people happy. I do what makes me happy at this point in my life. And the training's always going to be there, and I'm going to continue to improve and evolve as a human being. Now, if I was living 22 years old and on the street and I needed money, absolutely. You know, it's a different mindset right then. I've worked this point in my life to get to here, to have the options to do other things where I don't got to bash my brain, and I can enjoy the rest of my life by my hard work that I've done and continue to do in different avenues. So never say never, but right now I enjoy just training.
Nice. Okay, well, thanks so much for talking to us, Ryback. I know you probably want to hit the showers, but just once again, before we wrap, let people know how they can get in touch with you, where they can go to find your products, your podcast.
Right now, feedmemore.com is essentially the home base of Ryback, and where everybody could find all the information they need, my calendar, all my bookings, and book the big guy at yahoo.com for all wrestling and appearances, signings, motivational speaking, and things of that nature. But feedmemore.com is the home base for Ryback.
All right, thank you so much, sir. Congratulations and continued success.
Thank you very much for your time.